Hi guys, my name is Michal. Welcome to Tel Aviv Art Studio Paint Nights. Tonight we're going to paint an amazing abstract tree. Remember, there's no right or wrong in painting, and I can't wait to see what you do. So go ahead and grab your kit that we got you. It's going to have your canvas, your paints, your plate, your brushes, your water bowl, and maybe grab a pencil. It's going to help. So let's get started. So this is the amazing painting we're going to paint today, and remember, you're going to take it to your own place. The very first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you on this piece of paper, but you're going to go straight onto your canvas. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw. What you're going to do is you're going to measure from the bottom of your canvas 4 fingers up. So let's say this is the bottom of my canvas. I'm going to measure 4 fingers up and put a little dot on the top. This is where my horizon line is going to start. So under 4 fingers and dot. What you're going to do is you're going to go on the other side and you're going to make the dot on the same level. Okay. Now what you want to do is connect both dots to make a horizon line in a fun way. What I would go for is just make it nice and simple. I'm not going to stress over this. Just going to keep making it perfect. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to draw the tree. So the way we're going to draw the tree is we're going to start from the bottom of the canvas. You're going to measure 5 fingers from the start, and that's where your tree is going to start. 5 fingers from the left, and you're going to put a little dot down. You're then going to start with the bark of the tree. Now, the bottom is going to be the thickest part, and as we go up, it's going to fork into little branches. And your tree can look however you want it to look. Basically, you're just going to go straight up and you're going to start forking in a really nice way. Not even worrying about it, because right now we're drawing with pencil and we can always erase it. Remember, there's no such thing as perfection in art. It doesn't have to look anything like mine. I want it to look like your original. So when you sell for millions, remember that we all started this way, and I want to cut. Okay, I'm just going on and just making some nice branches. It's up to you how many branches you want. If you want leaves on it later, you're totally welcome to put it on. I hope everyone's staying nice and safe at home and taking care of themselves. This is great for our emotional health as well, being creative and doing something outside the box a little bit. Just going to keep drawing. To show you guys, you see how I'm splitting it up? And this is really meant for all ages. You can't make this look bad. I promise it's going to look incredible. I'm bringing it back down. I'm going to make one more maybe branch up here. Whatever feels good, whatever nice and fluid. And again, I can always revise if I feel like it's too much. All right, I think I'm ready to start painting. Are you guys feeling confident? If you're not feeling confident, grab some wine. It might help a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my bigger brush. Everyone has a bigger brush in their pack. I'm gonna dip it into the water, and I'm just gonna start with some nice blue. And the way I'm going to start my blue off is just nice circles from the top left. Remembering that as the artist, you can always change it. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. If I go over my lines a little bit, it's okay. You'll still see them. Nice circles. I'm just doing my first layer to show you guys. Maybe I'll start introducing some purple. So I go ahead. I don't even wash my brush off. And I'm going to go in with the purple, start mixing, again, circular motions. When I'm ready to wash off my brush, I do so in the water. Give it a nice swishing around. And I'm ready to transition onto my greens. So my greens is going to be behind the tree. Nice and circular. Take your time with this. Really enjoy the process. We're just doing a base, so there's no right or wrong. On the other side as well, I'm going to add some blues. You can always make your blue You can always make a lighter blue by kind of mixing those two colors together, the white and the blue. And we're gonna start also swooshing around to cover our canvas. If you're finding that your paint isn't flowing as much, feel free and dip it into the water a little bit to get a better flow. Yeah, now we're flowing. Just gonna show you what it's looking like. So while we do our base, I want you to kind of think of your personal touch. If there's anything of yours that you want to add, people have added their families in, silhouettes of their pets. You can add yourself, you can add whatever you want to, really. Any sort of nature scene, if there's a specific place you wish to be. We're going to continue the green behind the tree. And I'm going to continue just putting my base in. So it's going to be green to about here. I'm taking more green and just showing you guys, going over the lines a little bit. It's okay. We're still seeing them. Feeling absolutely no pressure as I'm putting the paint down because we can always go over it. That's a really nice thing about gouache paint. It dries very, 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 very fast, and we can always layer with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you our next step. After we do our blues and greens, what we're gonna start doing is transitioning into our purples up here. Purple all the way down the right hand corner, transitioning into our yellows, up about to here, introducing a little bit of oranges, and that's how I'm kind of closing off my canvas and filling it up little by little. I'm gonna continue painting. I'll show you guys in a couple of minutes so you see where all the colors are gonna go. Our next step is actually going to be to paint the tree. I'll show you in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I took a couple of minutes and just painted the base so you guys can see where to go with it. On this side we have green transitioning into a little bit of pink. Up here is blues and purples, yellows into oranges, into purples, into blues, all coming together. Now it's gonna look like a little bit of a mess right now. It's okay. The next step is, while we let this dry, is to grab your smaller brush, dip it into the black, and start painting in your tree. Now if you've ever put on eyeliner, this is your time to shine. And if you haven't, you're gonna learn how to do it. If you're a little bit nervous about going out of the lines, we can always refine it. And what's nice with gouache is if you let it dry, you can use your white paint as sort of an eraser. You just need to make sure it dries, and then go over it with white paint, and then you can go over it with the color again. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes just to color in my tree and then show you guys the next step while our background is drying, remembering this, and then you'll see where we're going with this. Okay, now we have our black branches, just the base of them in, not the tiny, tiny branches yet. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my little brush. And now I'm gonna start with this part that goes behind the bark of the tree. We're gonna start off with red, and we're gonna let it flow. Nice fluid motions, letting all the stress of the day come off of us. We're gonna do this with the red lines and orange lines. All the way from behind the tree. Try not to go over the black we just put down. Remember, you could always change it. It doesn't have to look like this. I'm gonna put in more orange, blend it in with the red. And while this is all drying, I just have to tell you, if you've never painted before, I'm super impressed with you and super proud of you for trying something new. And if you've painted all your lives, I also can't wait to see what you come up with. In any case, it's always great to be creative. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this layer up of just completing oranges and reds all the way down. Luscious oranges and super vibrant reds. So I feel comfortable with this next base. And then we're gonna start putting in all our fun details on. So as I finish this and I let this bottom dry, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my small brush, and now I'm going to start by putting in all the little details. So while we have this kind of disorganized base, I'm gonna go ahead and dip my smaller paintbrush, and now I'm gonna make little marks back and forth over to kind of get a little more color. It doesn't have to be exactly where the orange is. It can kind of skew into the blues. The more colors, the better. I just have to remember to wash my brush between. Little details, just back and forth, all over the canvas. And that's what's really gonna bring this painting together, because right now it looks a little bit messy, but it won't for very long. Take a few blues and go back and forth into the blues, back and forth, nice and short strokes, all the way around, putting in some light blues, dark blues. Remember, you can also mix your colors. You don't have to stick with these standard colors. And I'm gonna show you the next step. Great, so while we started putting in little details into here, see light blues into the dark blues, what I can do is go back also and kind of refine my tree. So with my small brush, make smaller, nicer, thinner details. Really breathe as you do this. It's really nice exercise, nice meditation as we go. I can also add little circles to kind of accentuate. If I have glitter at home, I can also add a little bit of glitter. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna also put a little bit of black down here so we see the horizon, this gorgeous horizon you guys made. I just wanna show you every part so you feel comfortable. So it's kind of organized chaos, but there's something really gorgeous about it when it all comes together. The blues into the yellows, into the oranges, into the purples, coming down to the blues, with this really radiant tree. And the reds on the bottom, and I added a little touch of green down here. You don't have to if you don't want to, but this is gonna be the final product. Okay guys, well this was an amazing paint night for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see your incredible artwork. So please add your artworks on Facebook, on Instagram, and tag us Tel Aviv Art Studio. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a creative day. Bye!